Folks, you better get ready. Tomorrow will be make it or break it for the stock market. Nvidia, one of the most talked about and cited stocks on the planet, and pretty much all of the other planets as well, will be reporting earnings, and so goes Nvidia, well, so goes the rest of the market. Nvidia has become the cornerstone of the AI revolution, with its GPUs powering the most advanced technologies at some of the world's biggest companies. The entire tech sector, and by extension the broader market, has been riding high on the back of Nvidia's explosive growth. But with great power comes great responsibility, and with great responsibility comes great volatility. Bigger picture, folks, if Nvidia delivers anything less than stellar results or signals a slowdown in AI demand, it could trigger a chain reaction that rattles the entire market. Wall Street knows that Nvidia's performance is a bellwether for the health of the tech industry, and any sign of weakness could send shockwaves through portfolios and indices alike. On the flip side, if Nvidia surprises to the upside and shows that the AI boom is far from over, it could reignite the market's bullish sentiment and push stocks to new highs. The stakes couldn't be higher. Nvidia's results could either reaffirm the market's faith in tech's future or expose the cracks in its foundation. Some are calling the AI wave a massive bubble, others are calling it the beginning of a massive transformation of the overall economy. And so investors and analysts alike will be dissecting every detail of tomorrow's report, knowing that it could set the tone for the next several months in the stock market. Simply put, tomorrow's earnings could be the defining moment of the year, not just for Nvidia, but for everything. And we'll break down everything that you need to know ahead of time in today's video. You better watch this whole thing before tomorrow. And today's video is brought to you by our absolutely free email newsletter. Our latest idea, ASST, from just a few days ago, ran from $1.09 to over $2.38 in one trading session, which is a run of about 118% alert price to highs. So make sure you don't miss out on our next ideas, because we've got a lot more coming over the next few weeks. Link down below, completely free. You don't want to miss it. And of course, as always, quick disclaimer, if you're the one taking the risk on any stock, whether it's Nvidia or whatever it is, you got to be the one doing the ultimate frisk. Okay, let's start by taking a quick trip down memory lane for context. If you've been an Nvidia investor these past couple of years, you've been living the dream. The stock just kept going up and up and up, especially with the whole AI revolution kicking into high gear and driving any equity with the slightest AI exposure to the moon. But like with any great adventure, it hasn't been all smooth sailing. After hitting an all-time high in June, Nvidia's stock took a nosedive, almost 30% down in just 7 weeks. Ouch, right? That's about $800 billion gone. Just like that, poof. But here's the twist. Nvidia has been bouncing back. The stock is rallying, doing a little rally-ralito, and now it's just about 7% away from hitting that all-time high again. And tomorrow's earnings report could be the key to whether Nvidia soars even higher, gets a new all-time high, or takes another dip. Okay, so why are the stakes so high heading into tomorrow's report? Well, with Nvidia, you gotta remember, we're talking about a company that's not just any chip maker. They're at the forefront of the AI revolution. If you've got any skin in the game, you need to know that Wall Street is going to be analyzing every word, every number, looking for clues about the future of AI demand. Here's the thing. If there's even a hint, just a little hint, that demand for AI is slowing down, or if just one of Nvidia's major customers decides to tighten their purse strings, it could spell trouble for Nvidia's overall revenue and certainly the projections moving forward. And when Nvidia sneezes, the whole market catches a cold. That is why everyone's watching so closely. We're in the middle of an AI revolution, and Nvidia's GPUs are the engines that are supposed to be driving that train. And with big tech companies that also make up the broader market, the bulk of the broader market's growth, certainly, like Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, and even Tesla, all throwing big bucks at Nvidia, well, if all of a sudden one of them starts cutting back, that's going to be a massive, massive signal that overall the AI market is going to be slowing down for a while. We're in the middle of an AI transformation, and Nvidia's GPUs are like the engines driving that train. Big tech companies like Microsoft, Google, Meta, Amazon, and even Tesla are all throwing big bucks at Nvidia to power their AI model. And with Nvidia, what you got to understand is that it's not just hype. Nvidia's revenue has more than tripled in the last 3 quarters, mostly because of this surge in AI demand. Everybody and their mother is jumping on the AI bandwagon in order to stay competitive. If you're a big company right now and you're not investing tons of money into AI, prepare to go out of business, right? And Nvidia is the powerhouse behind all of this transformation, right? The hardware powerhouse, but also in some cases, if you're looking at other areas of Nvidia's company, it's pretty well diversified in terms of software as well. But here's where it gets tricky. So analysts are predicting another quarter of triple-digit growth, but the pace is expected to slow down. It's not going to be as exponential as it has been in the past. Because of how fast Nvidia's revenue has been booming, well, it's going to be tougher for Nvidia to keep up with these kinds of numbers. That's why tomorrow's report is so crucial. It's not just about what they did last quarter, it's about what they're going to do next. Sure, the exponential growth of Nvidia might not continue, but are they still going to keep up with massive sales numbers that do continue to grow and do continue to penetrate the overall market, or are they going to start losing market share to some of their smaller competitors like AMD? So what are we watching for tomorrow specifically? Well, Nvidia's guidance for the upcoming quarter is going to be very key. In addition, the company is expected to show around 75% growth, which would bring in a total of about $31.7 billion. If Nvidia's outlook is optimistic, it's going to send a strong signal that their clients, who have very deep pockets, are still all in on AI. But if their forecast is less rosy, it could raise some serious concerns about whether this AI spending spree is sustainable. And there's some analysts that have a lot of doubts. Now, while everybody is laser focused on AI demand, there are a few potential surprises that could catch the market off guard. Now, one thing to keep in mind here is their data center growth. It's very easy to get swept up in the AI frenzy, but data center revenues are a massive part of Nvidia's business. If they show stronger than expected growth here, it could signal that the AI revolution is just one piece of a much bigger puzzle for Nvidia stock. And then there's also the potential for new partnerships. Nvidia has a track record of forming strategic alliances that propel their technology even further. We could see announcements or hints of collaborations that nobody saw coming, perhaps with a big player in cloud computing or a new venture in autonomous vehicles. These wild cards could swing the narrative in unexpected ways, giving Nvidia an edge that isn't being fully priced into the stock right now. Now let's talk a little bit deeper about Nvidia's customers. So these aren't just any clients. They're some of the biggest tech companies in the world. At least the biggest clients for Nvidia are some of the biggest tech companies in the world. And they're not shy about spending huge on Nvidia's tech. Just last month, the CEOs of Google and Meta were out there saying that underinvesting in AI infrastructure is a bigger risk than overinvesting. Former Google CEO Eric Schmidt even mentioned that these companies are looking to invest tens of billions of dollars in processors. Microsoft CEO as well has highlighted the importance of AI in their growth strategy and how Nvidia's GPUs are integral to powering AI applications on Azure. Zuckerberg, Meta CEO, has spoken about the necessity of robust AI infrastructure, which is heavily reliant on Nvidia's GPUs. Tesla is planning to deploy 85,000 Nvidia H100 GPUs by the end of the year. AWS, Amazon Web Services, is a major player in the cloud space, and Nvidia's technology is central to their offerings. And with all that big money flying around, there are still indeed some big questions like what is the long-term payoff for all of these expensive GPUs? Nvidia CFO Colette Kress has thrown out some pretty impressive numbers suggesting that cloud providers could see $5 in revenue for every $1 they spend on Nvidia chips over 4 years. So then that begs the question, would you spend $1 to get $5 in return? Well, obviously, yes, that's a 5x in just 4 short years. And if you decide not to do that, well, you're going to have to watch and cry as all your competitors do that. And that is exactly why Nvidia is skyrocketing right now. So will we continue seeing indications that big companies are spending even more money at Nvidia? Well, we're going to find that out tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're expecting more of these stats to help convince investors that this AI gold rush is far from over. All right, now let's get into one of the biggest questions hanging over Nvidia heading into earnings tomorrow. What's going on with their next-gen AI chips, which are codenamed Blackwell? There have been some rumors that production issues might delay big shipments of these chips until early 2025, but Nvidia has been quick to say that production is still on track for the second half of this year. Here's the bigger picture on this. Nvidia's current generation of chips, called Hopper, are still the top choice for AI applications that you know, like ChatGPT, but competition is indeed heating up with AMD, Google, and a bunch of startups all trying to get a piece of the pie, which means that if Blackwell gets delayed, that is an opportunity for them to catch up. However, at the end of the day, even if it does get delayed, I don't think it's going to be the end of the world. Extra revenue could just get pushed back, and in the meantime, Nvidia could see a boost in sales from their current Hopper chips anyways. So again, fear-mongering over these Blackwell chips, I don't believe is really warranted. It's certainly not a positive if they got delayed, but negative, I don't know about that. Now, in terms of what to expect for Nvidia stock heading into tomorrow and then the day after the earnings report, well, there's something very interesting happening in the options chains. Quote, options pricing shows that traders anticipate a move of around 9.8% in the company's shares on Thursday, a day after it reports earnings. Data from analytics firm Oratz showed. That's larger than the expected move ahead of any Nvidia report over the last 3 years and well above the stock's average post-earnings move of 8.1% over that same period, according to Oratz. An analyst said this morning that $300 billion in market cap is expected to be created or destroyed Wednesday after the close. I can't find another catalyst in the single stock option world that has that. We've never seen anything like this before. He's saying, this analyst is saying, we've never seen anything like this before. That's how big of a deal tomorrow's earnings report is. And that $300 billion is just Nvidia stock. But there's going to be a big echo effect throughout the overall market, right? And we already know that Nvidia is roughly twice as volatile as the average company that had a market cap of over $8 trillion at heights. And considering markets are banking on Nvidia's continued success, well, that means we have a big day tomorrow. In terms of context, I mean, Nvidia's last earnings report was nothing short of spectacular. The stock jumped 14% in a single day, which set a new standard for what's possible. But tomorrow, the stakes are even higher. Again, analysts are expecting a 9.8% move post-earnings, and that's just what they are expecting. It's likely that the move is going to be much higher, as has been previous times in the past. It always comes out far higher than what the actual expectations are. So what's the overall picture here? Well, I don't want to be a broken record here, but Nvidia's earnings report tomorrow is more than just another quarterly update. It's a pivotal moment for the company and the market as a whole. Whether you hold shares in Nvidia, or you're just keeping an eye on the tech sector, or you're trying to trade off it, be a little trader tradito, well, this is one report that you don't want to sleep on. What do you think, folks? Will Nvidia soar or stumble? Drop your predictions in the comments down below, and let's see who gets it right. Anyways, have a good one, folks. Make sure to sign up for our absolutely free email newsletter report down below, and we'll see you next time.